What's up, guys? It's Scottish rugby player Stuart Hogg here, and you're watching Gareth Mason on Walking Tall with G-Man. If you love rugby, then you're at the right place. Subscribe to Gareth's channel for more content. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. This video is another classic prediction of Six Nations rugby for round 2. We have Scotland taking on England at Murrayfield, one of the greatest stadiums in world rugby, and a phenomenal long-reigning rivalry between Scotland and England. The Calcutta Cup, as they call it, and jeepers, what an amazing performance we could witness from these two teams. You know, generally going into this one, you'd think, England always the favourites to dominate the Scots, but something, you know, when England plays Scotland, especially at Murrayfield, it brings out the strength of Scotland. It brings out that heart and passion. And Scotland will be hurting after last week's game against Ireland, because there were missed opportunities that I personally believe could have led them to a victory over Ireland last weekend, which would have been absolutely outstanding. It's never easy playing against Eddie Jones's English team. Obviously, England's going to be hurting even more because they lost to France and shocked rugby world, because a very young and inexperienced French side took on a very solid English squad and showed so much heart, so much talent, and scared the world of what French rugby has up its sleeve for the future. Eddie Jones, genius of a coach, clever man. I've busy reading his autobiography, and the stories that man tells is absolutely unbelievable. He's no idiot. Yes, he maybe lost to France. Yes, he lost the final to South Africa in the Rugby World Cup, but he's got a plan B. He's going to know the pressures of this game. He's going to know what's at stake for him if he has to lose against Scotland. I love the Scots. I support Scotland through and through. My dad's born in Scotland. But one thing's for sure, England are going to come fighting. They're going to come hard at the Scots, and Scotland need to be prepared. Their defence needs to be on point. Their discipline needs to be up to scratch. And better than that, handling errors especially need to be on point, because if they don't get that right, they are going to get their asses whipped. Proof in the pudding when Stuart Hogg couldn't put down that try, because that, for me, was the game cost against Ireland. If he had scored that try, Scotland might have had that extra boost of energy maybe needed in order to win that game. So for me, if Scotland can show discipline and heart, they can do it. Last result that these two played, it was a draw. England 38, Scotland 38. Again, as mentioned, it brings out a hell of a rivalry for these two teams, with passion, with love, respect, hate each other on the field, and I'm sure they respect each other off the field. So a lot is on the line. Obviously, team news for Scotland's side is no Finn Russell again. So there's still big drama there, and probably more drama than we are expected. And Gregor Townsend has pretty much said bye-bye for him for this big game. So this is a massive contest, and it makes me realize what the amount of trouble that Finn is in to miss a hell of a game like this, probably one of Scotland's biggest. So a big loss for them. Like closely contested games against Ireland, so they're going to be wanting to redeem themselves from that, especially becoming second best. If they can do that, then they can give England a hard time. Obviously, England, from their news, they failed to live up to the hype, as everyone was talking about. Eddie Jones was definitely talking the talk against the France team, telling them that England's going to come at them hard, etc., and that wasn't the case. France came at them hard. But, you know, England came back. It was a 17-0 lead. England did come back, so I thought not too bad. Jones came into criticism for his team selection against France, however, having played several players out of position, and he will gain play without an out number 8, having chosen not to add to the initial squad he named at the start of the tournament. But there will be no Manu Tuilagi, who is out with a groin strain he picked up in the first half of last week. So massive loss for England. So there are definitely opportunities for us to witness when we see Scotland take on England, and there's opportunities for England to definitely capitalise going forward, as well as Scotland. So we've just got to be aware. For me, it came at Murrayfield. We know 2 years ago, Scotland won the Calcutta Cup for the first time in God knows how long. They will want to do it again. Gregor Townsend's a great coach, and he will know what he needs to do in order to achieve that. If we look at some key statistics for you guys, Scotland have won and drawn one of their last 2 Six Nations matches against England. Scotland have won 14 of the last 18 home games. Strong stats there. Scotland were without a win in the last 5 matches in the Six Nations. Drawn 1, lost 4. Scotland have been losing at half-time in 9 of their last 13 matches. The Scots have lost by a margin of exactly 7 points in each of their last 2 matches. England have won only 3 of their last 9 matches in the Six Nations. England have lost 4 of their last 5 away matches in the Six Nations. They've also lost 3 of their last 4 away matches in the Six Nations by a margin of 6 to 8 points, showing the pressure and the closeness of this phenomenal tournament. And they have also scored less than 20 points in each of their last 3 matches, and I'm expecting pretty much the same this weekend between these 2 magnificent nations. Scotland played out a thrilling game with England in last year's Calcutta Cup, with 2 teams finishing level on 38 points. A similar outcome on Saturday would make for another brilliant watch, but could be a very different type of game. Scotland will be ruling their inability to take their chances against Ireland last week, whilst England have plenty of improving to do, as we saw against France, who outclassed them. It is likely that both teams will want to keep it tight defensively in wet conditions. That should result in a game that goes under 46.5 points. Having said that, prediction-wise, it's always tough. I want Scotland to win through and through, and I hope they can, and I believe they definitely have the opportunity to. But as mentioned last week, and even though I was nearly wrong, I think Finn Russell's loss is big for Scotland, and therefore I feel England will win by less than 5 points. It's going to be close, it's going to be tight, but I think England have this one, and they got a lot of redemption to do after last week. So for me, England to win by less than 5 points, but I hope I'm wrong. No disrespect to the English fans. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you for another one real soon. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.